Olivia? We're
First of all,
back.
I'm trying to be mindful and not scream into people's ears because I'm so freaking excited to be back.
I know, me too. We literally have been talking about the relaunch of the show, which now is also in a form of a podcast. So it's beautiful. You can listen, you can watch and listen from anywhere, you guys. Are y'all happy?
I am so happy that we are back. I'm happy to be able to engage with our people again. I feel like because we stopped doing the show and we haven't been uploading as regularly, like we've been kind of out of the loop. So I'm excited to get back in the loop and bring people back in.
It's the A&O Show. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and you can listen to us anywhere that you can listen to a podcast. We are your online besties. Sit back and relax and hang out with us, and we cannot wait for you to even join the conversation. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We really have a lot to say. This is like a real life FaceTime call.
Like we haven't been out of the loop because we've been FaceTiming all the time. We've been keeping y'all out of the loop, but we're happy to bring you back in. And really this show, I feel like I'll kind of talk about our direction for the show, but I really feel like this show is gonna be more like our FaceTime conversations, right? This is gonna be like listening to your favorite online besties conversation, and we want you to be a part of this conversation, so we're definitely going to be talking about that later, how you can be a part of the conversation. But we definitely are so excited to kind of bring you in and publicize what we talk about every single day on the phone.
Yeah. Our conversations get so left field, and that's probably how this is going to go. We definitely have a plan, but that's what it is. It's like when you call your friend and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to tell her this. And you do. But then you'll talk about something totally left field. So that may
Mhm.
happen quite a bit, but it's okay. That's what it is.
Yeah, we got our notes, so if you see us looking down, we try to keep on a straight and narrow, but just know it might be a we might skirt off the street. we might pull into a Target and start talking about
Oh
something random.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
So,
that's facts. We are with each other in the stores all the time. And that's
mhm.
that's the fun part about talking to your girlfriend. And honestly, I think that this is going to shock so many that have not really talked to us in a while. We really are living in two different cities, in actually two different states. So we
Yeah.
really are not in the same studio like we used to be anymore. Obviously, you can see we're in two different places, but you might be like, "Oh yeah, but y'all are down the road from each other." No, we're not. It's like nine
So,
hours. Is it nine?
driving time is 8. It's around like 7.5, 8. 8,
I'll
more
be
like 8.
honest. I consider myself a really great friend, but I've literally never driven down to see Olivia. I'm like, I ain't driving. I'm gonna take a plane, and I still haven't even gotten on the plane to come down. I just have a lot of like issues. I'm
Well,
like, I
that's
can't
gonna be
land.
changing. So you better go ahead and get your little ticket because I didn't came to see you like 3, 4 times. Well, not to see
I
you,
know.
but just do all the things. So
I know. I have to do it. And it's not even that I have to do it. I really want to do it, but there's
hmm
obstacles, right? But I just have to
yeah,
overcome the obstacles. I have to
just
just
gotta
make it happen.
prepare and all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. But we're gonna do that. And then we will do some like, in the same space.
Wow.
So that'll be really fun.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
So
We have something insane, you guys, because we want to start every conversation because we always, when we're talking, we're like, well, how was your week? How was your day? What happened yesterday? And we talk about all the things, good, the bad, the ugly, the disappointments, the sad, the whatever. So we are going to come to y'all with some news, and it's going to be called the grapes and raisins. Are you excited?
I know. So I want to say too, before we really get started, this show, like Amber said, and like I said, we're going to be talking about all different subjects. I know you guys probably are used to us talking about content creation a lot and things of that nature, and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. And not to say that we'll never talk about those things, but this show is going to be chock so full of like trending topics, stories of the days. We're gonna be doing grapes and raisins. We're gonna be sharing our favorite social media memes and just all types of fun things. That we want to incorporate in the show. So this first show is going to be super raw, but as we start to evolve, you guys will kind of see us have different interactions and things that's going to be on the screen. So just know that it's going to be bigger and better every single time you watch it. You're never probably going to know what we're going to say, what segment we're going to do. We'll be introducing new segments, and there'll be some that we'll always do and some that we'll do just depending on what the show is about. So buckle your seatbelts because we're about to take you on a crazy ride.
Yeah, I like to say, buckle up, Buttercup. That's it.
Oh yeah, that is your line.
I said something the other day. I said later gator. I don't even know why I started saying that. I'm like later gator. I'm like the heck. We're coming up with these weird sayings. They're actually sayings, but I'm like I don't naturally always say them. But I've heard somebody say it, so now I'm saying it. So I think it's the reels for me.
Toodle my noodles is another one.
Yeah. Toodle my noodles. Okay. Always saying that. I'm like, who said that? Somebody did, and I've caught on. I'm a grabber. I'm gonna grab that, snatch it. Yes. Yeah, I brought up the other day grapes and raisins, and I'm like, highs and lows. We always do at the house. Like, what was your high today? What was your low today? And I think that's very relevant. Like, people get it. Oh yeah, my high today was this, whatever. But I'm like, ooh, what's the opposite? Like, as well, that would really be like, fun. Grapes are very plump and fun and delicious. You want to eat them. Raisins are very like, pruny, yeeks. I don't know if I like that one. It looks a little old, right? It's not as fun as a grape. So we're going to do grapes and raisins.
Yes. I love that. She said that the other day and I was like, oh, that's actually kind of cute. I actually like it. We're always coming up with things and all the things. So
funny enough, I don't know what's happening in Olivia's world, but every suggestion I have or everything that I even speak about, she's on board. That never happens. I'm going to start recording y'all. I'm going to start recording Olivia because the way she says things, she's like, or she's very silent. But then when she's like, yeah, like, okay, I see that. Yes. Yeah. And I'm like, are you okay?
First of all, don't come on here and try to tell the people, because I think we have our fair share of like, no, we ain't doing that, and oh yeah, that's fine.
I mean, it is true.
Yeah. You'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, well, excuse me then.
Yeah. I don't know what it was that I was saying though. I think it was something about the show, and she was so on board. I was like, I feel like you're about to hit me with some news that now I'm going to have to feel like I need to agree with you. That's how I was feeling. But you never hit me with that news, so I think we're good. All right. What was your grape this week? What happened this week that you loved?
This week, this didn't happen this week, but it is carrying on into my week. So it's a pretty big deal. So anybody who knows me, if you don't know me, it's your first time, getting to know us. I guess we didn't really say who we are, but you'll kind of know a little bit about me right now. I am a Jane of a lot of trades. And so one of the things I do is graphic design and creative. I create a design for a magazine and other small businesses as well. And so a couple of weeks ago, I think it's been about 2 weeks ago now, my computer, I have a laptop and then I have a desktop computer, and it was around right after the hurricane time where the lights was flickering on and off, and sometimes it just happened. We had a power outage here yesterday actually, and just random. And so with that happening, and this is the only thing we can credit it to, because we don't know for sure, but the long story short, one of our hard drives, my computer, it just completely would not start up. It started up, but it didn't have the operating system. The operating system was on a drive. This is all very techy, sorry guys. But it would not start up, and I lost a bunch of files. a
Oh
bunch
my
of things,
gosh.
right? And so it has been it has been so challenging for the past like week and even this week because luckily I'm so thankful and grateful for my husband. He was able to retrieve one big file. So the magazine, generally when I create a magazine, the magazine, I take the last issue, and then I use that as the base, and then I take
Mm,
out stuff that I don't use. And there's some things that are in the magazine every single time. And so the last issue was on that computer, but it was on a separate drive because literally right when I started, right when I was in Charlotte, and then when I came back, my husband had did a bunch of stuff to the computer to consolidate it, and he was like, "Oh, I have this big drive here. Start saving your stuff on this drive." So everything that I saved on that drive, I was able to retrieve. It was the
that's
other
good.
drive that I had been saving on prior to him doing these things to the computer. And so so he was able to, I mean, every day he was like a tinkering fool, just like taking parts out of the computer. And I really did like, now he's been able to put another drive in, put a new operating system, all the things, and it's like almost brand new now. Well, it is actually brand new to me
That
because
is
it's
so
nothing on
insane.
it.
Mm.
So I'm thankful that he knows how to do all of those things. And so now I have another computer because whenever I'm creating, especially a magazine using Adobe software, this is all very boring, but I'm trying to get y'all to the story. But uh, whenever you're using that, it takes a lot of RAM, it takes a lot of processing power. And so it's better for me to do it on the desktop over my laptop because, if you work on the laptop, you get that little spinning wheel, and so it just prolongs my time because it can't really keep up with the processing speed of the software. So with all that being said, that was a major great this week because I have to do some work over, which is annoying because if you know me, I don't like to do nothing twice, especially when it's work. Like that design work. It's just like, oh my gosh, I got to create a whole new workbook for a client, so it's just very aggravating.
Mm.
And so that happened, and I'm still dealing with it this week. So that is my grape of the week. I
Of
mean, sorry,
having
not my
a
grape. That's my raisin. Sorry, my raisin.
That's your reason. But you had that file or the drive or whatever, which is good.
Yes.
Another thing I want to always add to that is like you already designed it. And I know this also about you. It's like, well, I already know kind of where I'm going with it, which is nice, but it's still a pain in the butt that you have to do it again.
Yeah,
Oh, that
it's still a
sucks.
pain. I know it's still a pain. It is easy. I'm just thankful, like the one that I have to do over is very repetitive, so I'll get in and do it. I was just glad to actually have the magazine. I feel like that one was a bigger weight off my chest to have that because that was actually due this week. So to have that retrieved this week, I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like at
Yeah.
least I
That's,
don't have to start that from scratch.
yep.
So that was a true blessing to be able to do that. So I'm like, oh gosh, thankful for my husband. Thank you, Jesus, for making him able to fix on computers and rebuild computer. I mean, he basically rebuilt the whole computer from
the,
scratch. Like he literally took parts out, put parts in, everything. So
that's insane.
I'm very
It's
lucky
really
in that,
smart.
that regard, or blessed.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
so
good. So that was your
that was
raisin.
my raisin, and so that was my
Mm.
raisin. You go ahead and tell us your raisin, and then I'll tell a grape, and then you can tell a grape.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna have more time to think about my raisin because I literally did not even process it. I thought about my grape. I literally could not get my brain to
Well,
process
talk about
anything
your
today.
grape first. Talk about your grape first.
Okay, let me talk about my grape. I was so excited last week because I thought really smart and strategically about what I do. Again, I think it's very funny we didn't introduce ourselves, but who cares? But I now produce a product, which I'm so pumped about. And so I make a body scrub. And I launched the second sister of like the body scrub, and I added some more fancy things in it, like whipping shea butter, and that was a high request, so I made it. And obviously the more I evolve with it, the better the scrubs will become. But I was so excited because I actually went through the process of launching it, and I felt so like I don't even know the word, but I felt very equipped is, I guess, the best word to use, because through our business experience, Olivia and I working together, she's taught me so much. And I was like, I built like a whole funnel. Basically, when somebody clicks the link, then they get this, then they get email streams, right? They get all these things in automation. And then my social media and marketing the product, like marketing as far as like video content or post and all the fancy things that now I understand how to do. I'm like, I actually did it by myself. And I maybe asked like 2 or 3 questions, but then like as I got the answer from Olivia about it, and I was like, oh, okay, I know how to do that. Okay. Just like reassurance. I felt so freaking good about that and so powerful. And I was like, what else am I going to do? I can do that. Let me do that again. It felt really, really good. So that was my grape last week. And that really kind of runs into the last 2 weeks. Last week I launched, but the previous week I was like prepping and preparing for it. As far as like the back end stuff. So I felt so good about that. I felt like a businesswoman.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, you definitely rocked it out. I also feel like super inspired by you, because I always tell Amber, and anybody who asks, like, Amber is like the perfect student. She doesn't like school, but she's actually the perfect student, because you can basically teach her anything. She's going to implement it right away. She's going to get it. She just gets it, right? And so I love being able to share whatever I know with her, because I know that she is not going to be wasted, right? A lot of times people ask you for things, or they want to know how to do things, but then they don't implement them. So you waste your time like saying, oh, you should do this, blah, blah, blah. But then they don't implement them, or they don't do them, or they sit on that information for so long. And you're like, I told you that like 10 months ago, but they don't really implement it. So I love that she is a student in that way, that, you know, if she learns something, she's going to do it. She's going to run it. She learns how to make email. She's going to make 20 of them. She's going to go over it, and she's an overachiever in that way. So I love it. I'm so super stoked for you and the launch of your newest product. I cannot wait to get mine. So now I'll tell you guys about my raisin while you can think about your raisin, Amber.
Well, you told us about your raisin.
My grape, sorry.
You're great. We're gonna get this right.
I know. We're gonna get it right one day. My grape, I'm like grape raisin. We keep on using them interchangeably. But okay, I'm gonna tell you about my grape for the week. So just so you guys know, like I previously said, I do design a magazine, and today my grape for the week was that we were acknowledged as the business of the year, and what's it called? Women and minority businesses, OEV. I can't think of all these acronyms that they got. Midweek, all these things. But yeah, we were recognized as the business of the year. So that was super exciting. And got an opportunity to go to a luncheon today where that honor was bestowed again over our publisher, and I was there, and so got recognized as a graphic designer for the magazine. So that was super exciting.
That's cool, Olivia. That's so cool.
Yeah.
You know, Olivia does such great work, and I think when people start seeing that and recognizing that, I mean, they definitely recognize you for what you do, but it's not like just the magazine recognizes that. It's like it's a bigger thing. Like, it's insane. If y'all have not seen it, it's a download. Like, you can literally download it. Can't they just go to the website? Like,
it's available. Yep. Just tilewoman.com, and you can download it, read it. It's always full of so much great information. We do highlight a bunch of local women, but we talk about, you know, books and podcasts. The publisher, she is a psychotherapist, so she's really big on making sure we have amazing nuggets about mental health and just how to just have a better mindset and all of those things. So it's so important to read it. It's a good read. You know, it's a good design. So yeah, that was amazing to be able to experience that today. Just to, like you said, have to be recognized for the work that you do. And also, I think today, you know, people were able to put a face with the work. A lot of
Uh-huh.
people, actually walked up to me and said that, like, "Oh, I'm so happy to finally be able to put a face to the work that you do." So that was super exciting.
Yeah. That reminds me of what we talked about today. We were bringing up like our brand names, right? Like
Mhm,
Olivia Hayward Jewelry is Olivia Hayward, and
mhm,
instead of like calling it something else. And
mhm.
that's honestly, I don't know why that just triggered that for me, but because what is my reasoning behind telling this? It's because the work that you do for the magazine, your name is not on. I mean, I know it's like recognized, like Olivia Hayward did the design, right?
Mhm.
But like your jewelry too, instead of calling it something else, they know, oh, it's Olivia Hayward. Like they can put a face with that just by searching it or looking your name up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of like
Mhm.
who designed these? I know it's this, but
Yeah.
who's the person behind it? I think
Mhm.
that's really cool. So then them being able to connect that name with who you are now, I just think that's super cool. Instead of your
Yeah.
design, like your design company being another name or something. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, so keep it Olivia Hayward. Anyways, we had a whole conversation. We'll have to bring that up another day. That's another day, another topic. Honey. Okay. Oh my gosh. You know what? I know what my reason is. I have a really hard time remembering bad stuff, even though there's a lot of bad stuff and like want. But I'm gonna tell y'all one thing that I'm very annoyed by that's kind of like a reason for me. And it's my packaging of my product. Olivia showed me, I literally cannot get this image out of my head. So she told me a few weeks ago, she's like, my box is like full of like the oils that's in the scrub. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I know that's happened to a client before because they told me, but they were like, the scrub's great, it's fine. Just wanted you to know it leaks. And I'm like, dang, that really, really sucks. I need to get different like bottles and work on my packaging. So then I've like elevated some of my packaging or whatever. And eventually I want to change my bottles or the jars. Well, Olivia literally showed me her box last night on FaceTime. The whole box is drenched in freaking oil. That is very disturbing. I really am
And I
like,
will say, that it's just this color. It didn't. Now I think that's the great thing about it being cardboard, and then you packed it with the shred really tightly. I think that's the benefit. So it looks bad, but it's like at least when I opened it up, it wasn't like oil coming off of the box or anything like that. So it's not. It wasn't messy. It wasn't messy.
yeah.
It does. It looks weird. It looks weird, but it wasn't messy. So I feel like, yeah, just it's what can you do? You're starting out, you're figuring out what works best, but I feel like you'll definitely be able to find a solution soon. But yeah, I can see that being a reason.
Yeah, and on it, it probably would not have been a raisin, but I think you told me about it. And I was like, man, that really sucks. Like, I need to figure this out, right? So I'm figuring it
But you didn't
out,
have
and
that visual.
oh, now I got the visual. I'm like, oh heck no. If I got a box in the mail like that, I'd be like, girl, you better elevate. I'll pay $5 more to have some better quality. Okay. So I need to figure out like I need to change up the jars. I know that, but I'm really also trying to make a product that's affordable for women and
Mhm.
clients. But I know eventually I think the more you buy in bulk, the lesser the it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But anyways, that's a reason for me. I'm like, no,
I
we cannot.
wonder. I wonder too. Just curious. I wonder how the big jar do. Uh, wow, can I speak? I wonder how the big jar does when it shipped. Is it have that same experience, or is it just the small jars? I'm not sure. The next one I order, I'll definitely order a larger one just to kind of see the difference when it arrives. So yeah, I wonder.
Yeah. Yeah, because nobody else has told me. And I'm like, does it do that to other people? But nobody's been brave enough to tell me. I don't know. But I have you and another client that y'all were so brave enough. Obviously, you're brave enough. But she's like, hey, I just want to tell you, I love it. But I just want you to see what it looked like. And I really, really appreciate that. And I tell people I need feedback because if I don't know, I can't get better.
Yeah,
And
you
I
can't figure it
know
out.
it's not perfect. And I'm very honest with myself in business.
Mhm,
Like, it's not going to be perfect. I'm
mhm.
figuring it out, but that doesn't stop me from doing it either. I'm very quick to be like, no, but we're still going to proceed. Um, yeah, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that. The holidays are coming, so I already have some things in the works for like how I'm gonna make it better. So when people purchase it as a present, it looks appropriate to go to someone's house as a gift. I'm just like that's the next level. I got to get that right. But yeah, that's my raisin. We'll be looking.
That's actually a good one, though. I'm glad you kind of thought about that because I was like, "What you gonna say?" But that was actually a good one. That's like good.
Yeah. I think that's very relevant too. Like that's very like I need to make a change quick. That really sucks, right? Especially in business, right? It sucks. Those are really good. I don't know how. Yeah, I think these can go left. Every week something's different. Every week something's happening with our conversation. So I feel like we could have mini raisins and mini grapes, but we're gonna pick out the one that we think is probably the worst. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
That was pretty crappy. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into it. Are y'all ready for this show? I'm excited. Listen to this. Something's rolling out. And Olivia, are you heading this up right now? Are you going to tell us? It's Patreon, right?
Yes. Oh, no. We're starting with number 1, remember?
Oh, okay. The movie?
No, bleaching eyebrows.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay. So let me tell you. So I'm in beauty. I talk about a lot of beauty. Like that's just my history. That's my current life. Like that's just like my life. It's beauty stuff. So I'm always looking up like trends and videos and content for that. And today I was really reading like more articles on like the top trending makeup things that are happening right now in fall and continually they may even go into 2024. Oh my gosh. Like I think it was number 7 on the chart. Maybe it was the last one. It was between 7 and 9. But it was concealing your eyebrows. And that right there, when you read that, you're just like, why would you put concealer on your brows? Like, are they like shaping them? No. The trend is literally concealing them as they disappear so they look like bleached eyebrows. It is literally the worst trend ever. And every trend that goes around does not mean that you actually have to be on board. I also think as if you're an influencer online or whatever, sometimes you feel as though you have to be on board with everything. That's not true. That is absolutely not true. And I know personally a lot of trends come from fashion. They come from the runway, they're coming from the magazines. And so if you're doing that and you are literally doing like editorial looks and you're doing these fashion shows, I love it. Like I'm like, that's cool. Like that's different. It's edgy. But like, honey, if I see you at Hair Cedar and Food Line or the mall and you got some concealed out brows, I'm gonna be looking 3-4 times, not twice. I'm gonna be doing multiple double takes. I'm not even lying. I cannot get with it, Olivia. It's bad.
Yeah, okay, so if you guys don't know, Amber has a community, it's called Blush Beauty Collective. You definitely should join it. But she does these Zoom calls every month with the collective. I'm a part of it. And so today she was talking about that and she was showing it on the screen and I was like, I mean, I was on my phone, I was driving, and I'm like, like she was explaining, I'm like, I mean, am I seeing it right? Like, am I seeing what I'm seeing? And she's like, no, this is what is happening. I'm like, no, I'm not on board for that. I'm not on board for that trend at all. Like some of the trends were so like, oh, I can see that. I was like, no, I'm definitely not on board for this one. So I love that like trends, they're just that. They're trends. They come, they go. You can participate in them if you want to, but that one you don't have to worry about us participating in it. Okay?
No, not. No.
Not at all.
Yeah, I think I've done something similar where you like when it was like back in the day, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, where you glued your brow, right? You glued it and then you made it was like a wave or something. I thought it was very funny and I like created it and I was like, oh, I did it, ha ha ha. But I'm like, I would never in real life do that. Like, this is not like,
what
oh my gosh, I'm
would you do that in? Yeah. I think the only time I feel like people would do that, I see people do that, like kind of when they glue it down and they conceal it, is like drag. Like if they're doing drag makeup.
Yeah.
I see them do it for that. So I'm like, that's the only reason why I would see why you want to conceal your eyebrows, but you better be drawing something on because you look crazy.
Yeah. No, oh my gosh, crazy. We have to have brows.
I feel like when I see people with no brows, or like if their brows match their face, like if they're super blonde or super light eyebrows and they match their face, it just looks. I mean, you look bald faced, like
yeah,
like your eyebrows. Like whenever my eyebrows aren't either waxed or not done. Like I look completely different from when they are done. So I'm like, I mean, just imagine no eyebrows. You look bald. Like even me put my hands up, like you look bald faced.
Yeah, it's not good.
Not good. Not good. Thank you,
Yeah,
Laura, for making brows. Mm-mm.
I know. And I'm
Mm-mm.
like, that's what's so funny is that who starts it? But someone started it. And I think that it becomes like, let me try this. And then you get a good image and then you use it for some, like I said, like a runway something or just like editorial, whatever type makeup. And then it's like, oh, that's fun. Let me do it. And then people get on board. And what happens is the social media starts talking about it. And then it becomes this whole thing. That's how things become trendy. It's
Yeah.
not just, it's literally created by a community of people that the more it's talked about, the more it's poured into, the more it becomes very popular and very present. That's how products do well. And then products
Mm-hmm.
are trending. You know, this was talked about on another episode I was listening to about how products do well. How do you know that they're good products? Are they just trending for the moment? And so, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And that's how trends are. They come in, they go out. And when they come in, they go high and then they drop and then you never hear about it again, just like products or something. So just really I think it's cool to be aware, but I also think it's very cool to like stand on your own. Don't be like, yeah, this is a thing. So I'm going to do it because everybody's doing it. No, we don't like that. That's not okay. That's not good.
All right, let's talk about the best marketed movie in this time frame right now.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
talk
not. I
about it.
think we mentioned the name, but don't even mention the name. That let's just
I'm
talk about
not
the
even
marketing.
into it. Yeah, yeah. Let's just talk about it.
Okay, I don't know how many years ago this was, but something went across my feed. And when I say years, it has to be over 2 years ago. It has to be because I was like, huh? And then I started Googling it, like, what is this? Or who is this actor? And why is he going to be in whatever? Right. Because this name was kind of going around. And I was like, when will it come out? And there was never any more, it like went silent. It's like I saw it and then it kind of disappeared, but it was always in my brain. I was like, when will that come out though? And so then when they really start marketing and pushing this movie, I already knew because I saw it forever ago and now it's back. It's like relevant again. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot they were making that. Oh my, when is it coming out? It's like next year. I'm like, next year. Oh my gosh. So like it literally is put into your head and you have these images and you have these sounds and all this stuff that you're just like, you can't get away from it. So then when the marketing really starts heavily coming through and the clips of the movie and the actors and the actresses and the whole theater type production of it, you're
The
hooked.
retailer.
Oh my gosh, you're hooked. I was literally like, I will be in the theater. I will be in the theater to watch it. I never went to the theater. So then I was like, I will buy it at home. I just thought it might be like $4.99 on whatever to buy it. Honey, I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's just continue with this marketing. They got me. They literally, I mean, I don't even know how they did it, but they did it soft. It was a soft like touch and they got me. And I swiped and I'm not even going to tell you how I feel about it yet. Continue. This marketing. It's too much.
Yeah, I feel like the marketing was impeccable, right? Because now if you guys are watching this right now and you know what we're talking about, go ahead and drop it in the chat. Go ahead and drop it in the chat right now before we actually say what it is, because we want to know how in tune y'all are. Let us know what. Go ahead and drop it in the chat right now and let us know what you think we're talking about before we even reveal what we're talking about. So this marketing, the retailers, the actors, the internet, like, it just went crazy. I mean, when I tell you everything was pink, okay? Like everything was pink, okay? Pink this, pink that, everything. It went wild. So hopefully when I said pink, hopefully if you didn't know, that's a big clue of what movie we're talking about. But Amber have seen it. I have not saw it yet. Just no reason. Like Amber said, I moved. I don't even got nobody to go to the movies with. I mean, I do, but I don't. So, whoa.
Yeah, it's,
I
but
have.
honestly, it was if you were like, oh my gosh, I have to go see this, you would call the girls and you'd be like, we have to go see. Y'all would make
Yeah,
plans, but
and
it's like,
honestly, we could have. Honestly, it came out when I was in North Carolina. We just didn't see it. We just never
yeah,
went
we
to the
didn't go
movie.
see it. You
Yeah,
know why though? Is because it had mixed reviews, and we just
yeah.
kept going like, I
Mm.
mean, when it just was never
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh,
It
we have to
wasn't
go
a
see it.
priority. Even though the marketing was impeccable, we do marketing, so it
We know.
didn't get us. It didn't hook us. It didn't hook us then, but it did end up hooking you.
Yeah, it did.
Eventually.
It did. It did. It did. I spent some coins on that one.
Yes. So we're talking about Barbie.
Yeah. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie. Hi,
Yeah. Hi,
Barbie.
Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi,
Yeah, I
Barbie.
mean the songs. Oh, I forgot to even say that. I said retail. I said internet. But even the music. I mean the
Yeah.
soundtracks. The songs were just on every TikTok you can think about, like TikTok, Reels, Shorts. All you could see was the songs from the movie. People
Mhm.
going to the movies, wearing their pink, showing their outfits. Their get ready with me's were all there wearing all the pink. Like not only was the companies they marketed so well that people got on board. They got
Yep.
on board. They understood the assignment. They came out to the movies. It was like breast cancer awareness month. That's what we're in right now in October, and it was like this was the precursor
Yep.
to everybody wearing pink. It was nuts. I heard so many stories. I saw so many things, and I had, like Amber said, the reviews were mixed. That's why honestly I haven't seen it yet. Some people were like, I loved it. People was like, oh, I loved it. I love the message. They had some underlying messages in it. Some people were like, oh, I hate it. It's a feminist movie. I'm not letting my child see it. My daughter, I don't
Hmm.
know. I heard that from somebody. And then you had people who were like, I don't even know. I don't know what I just watched. Like I don't know what happened. Like
Yep.
what did I just watch? Like I don't even know. I can't even. So you had a spectrum of like, I don't know what I just watched. I love it. I love the messaging. I love whatever. And then you had the people that are like, no, they're doing too much. And it's a feminist movie.
Yeah. And I'll tell you how it ended up happening for me to watch it is I had all this opportunity to like rent it, right? And it kept saying because it wasn't available anywhere except Prime, but then Prime will say like you can pre-order, right? So I kept checking it. I literally kept checking it like every week, and I was like, because it never said a date, and I never pre-order it. Like I'm not going to do that, and so I'll just order it when it comes out. But then when it came out, it said that it was like I think it was $23.99 or $24.99, and I was or maybe 26. It was something high, and I've never, and I'm quick to buy a movie, but I mean it's normally like $5 or $3. I'm like it's fine because that's like a movie ticket, less than a movie ticket, so it's not a big deal. And then the whole family's watching it or
Families.
something. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was in bed one night with Alan, and we were like, "What are we going to watch?" And I went to find it. I was like, "Let's watch this together," because I thought, well, that would be kind of cool. We can watch this movie. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, $26." I was like, "Oh, you want to watch this?" He was like, "I ain't watching it with you." I was like, "Well, I ain't paying that to watch it by myself." Absolutely not. So Courage and I always tried to do something on Fridays. And so it was like Sunday night or something. I was like, Friday, let's do movie day at the house. Like do whatever in the morning, come back and do a movie. So we were totally on board for it. I was like, because that's like us going to the theater. It's not a big deal. And so we both rather watch something at home versus go to the theater if we have an option. And so we did, but this is the kicker. Come Tuesday, so that was like Sunday, I texted her. Tuesday, we started ripping up floors in my big fireplace room. Well, I didn't realize, and then they were going to get installed. It just happened so fast. The floors were coming up, so the couch moved to our garage like Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know what it was. So the floors were 100% out of the house. We were trying to prep stuff, get it done by Friday because the installers were coming to put the new floors in Saturday morning. And we were going to watch a movie in that room on Friday. So now my couch is in my garage. So I'm like, how are we going to watch a movie? Well, we have a TV in the garage. This is how desperate we were. Like, oh no, we're gonna watch this movie. We're gonna make this happen. So there, we shut the garage door shut. The couch is in there. It's not even like set up right. It's just like set up. So we're just like, we got the cushions, we got pillows, we got blankets. We did not crack any doors. I did not even turn. We have 2 fans in there. Didn't even turn them on. And we're dressed regular. Like, it's kind of a cooler day, but we're dressed regular, and blankets and pillows. We sat. It's a 2-hour movie. We sat in my garage. And halfway through the movie, I was like, could we die in here? I literally asked Courage. I was like, Courage, could we actually suffocate in here? And she was like, I mean, no, I don't think so. She was like, I mean, there's ventilation. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's not like 100% like airtight, but I'm like, I kind of started getting worried because it really got warm. And I was like, what if we're just so mesmerized that we just like pass out and die? Oh my gosh. This movie had us, by the end of the movie, we were sweating. We were like, get us out of here. How did we sit there with blankets and pillows in a hot garage watching a 2-hour movie? And we did not and I had to pee. I never got up to pee. The whole time we were just like this.
And the bathroom's in the garage.
Oh yeah, there's a bathroom right there, 5 steps away. We could have gone pee. We have 2 refrigerators in front of our face where water is. I got up one time and I got chips. I was like, I need to get some chips. So I got some chips and came back. But we were mesmerized. When the movie was over, we kind of were like quiet. And we were like, what did we just watch? What was that? We literally could not even put our finger on what happened because we kept thinking it's going to get better. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to get better. But as you know, Barbie is she's plastic. So everything, as you hear it in the sounds, like, hi, Barbie, it starts very strange. There's a strange clip at the beginning that I was like, that was weird. And then it gets into like, they're in the plastic Barbie world. And then everybody speaks to each other. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Ken. Everybody's Ken. Everybody's Barbie. But Barbie is different. She looks different. She's a professional. She's a doctor. She's all the things fancy, right? You can do anything as a woman. And then I never caught on that Ken was kind of relayed as kind of like a dummy, in a sense. He just did everything Barbie did. Barbie came around. Oh my gosh, Barbie's here. And so, but it never clicked with me that was like an insult to him. I was just like, oh, okay, and kept it moving. And then she went to the real world. And that was very strange. So everything was very strange. It was just strange. The storyline was strange. So I told Courage at the end, I was like, you know what I liked the most about it was the production. So like the outfits and the beauty of it and like the functionality of how everything went. I think that's so cool. But the storyline was garbage. I could not handle it. I was like, I don't know what happened. I feel like I'm a little lost. And I really am kind of upset that I spent all my coins on that. I don't like that I watched it.
First of all, you said all my coins.
That's all I had.
I felt like she spent her last $26 on that movie.
But it really felt like that. I'm like, if you went to the theater, I think I'd be even more mad. Do you know what I mean?
I think you would have, because people were dressing to the nines to go see Barbie, okay? In their best pink outfit. So if you would have got dressed up to the nines, bought your ticket, you're not just gonna go to a movie, you're gonna go to dinner before or after or lunch or whatever, or you might get something in the theater, popcorn or a drink or whatever, and you spent all those coins, and then you was like, what was this?
Yeah. I can see how people may have been inspired by it. I like to watch things and I take something away, like, oh my gosh, that was so heartfelt, or I feel motivated to do something. I try to grab something from it. Or I'm like, that was just good. I would watch it again. Like, I want to feel that. I'm like, nah. It didn't even want to make me play with Barbies again. I'm like, all right. And I used to play with Barbies. There was a weird Barbie, the Barbie that everybody cuts up and cuts her hair and colors on her. I thought that was very funny. So it was very like adult comedy, but it was very like, it was just strange, guys. It was so strange. Let us
And a
know how
lot of
y'all
people said
feel.
it was very nostalgic. People was nostalgic by the movie. If you were
Yeah.
into Barbies and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Definitely let us know in the comments what were your thoughts about the Barbie movie, because we would love to hear what you guys have to say. Like, did you love it? Did you, think it was weird or strange, or were you like, nah, I haven't even seen it yet, like me? So let us know what your thoughts are on the Barbie movie. The marketing was, impeccable.
It really
So the
was.
next thing that we're going to talk about is we're going to be rolling out this super exciting thing with this new A&O show, and this new being on this new platform, and talking about different things. We're going to roll out. We want you guys to really be a part of what we do here at the A&O show. We
Yeah.
want to talk to you guys and bring you in on our conversations, but we also want to bring you in on the conversation. So with this show, we're rolling out a Patreon as well. And it's a way that, obviously, if this inspires you, if this entertains you, if this just gives you something to feel good to watch, and you want to support our efforts of, producing the show, being before you, coming up with this content. If you want to support us, we're going to have a couple different ways you can do that through our Patreon. And so you can be a show supporter, and it's just going to be $1. So cheap. Just going to be $1. It's going to allow you to get some sneak peeks. You're also, and if you've never been on Patreon, it's a whole platform that you can download the app on your phone, and we'll be able to post different things in there. So we'll post like live updates and behind the scenes, and we'll also be able to post polls so you can kind of tell us some of the interesting topics that you want us to discuss or talk about. And then you'll also have access to exclusive shop discounts. So like Amber said earlier, she has a product shop. I also have products in my shop. And then we'll also have products on our other website, which is createcontent.com. So you'll be able to get different, whatever you like. If you like body scrub, if you like accessories, or if you want to learn more things about content creation and just like cute content creator merch, you can shop on our createcontentacademy.com website, and you'll be able to have access to some exclusive shop discounts. So that's the first tier. And then we also will have another tier. So if you're in it to win it, you want to do a little more, you can be a show co-producer, and that's going to be $4.99 per month. And then you're going to have access to the full A&O show replay. So we're going to post this here live. After a while, this will, be taken down from our site. And so if you missed it, then you have the opportunity to watch the full A&O show replay in our Patreon. And then you will also be able to have access to a monthly podcast. So it won't be like this show segment, but we will record a special podcast just for you, where we're going to be talking about things that we typically wouldn't be talking about on an open forum podcast. So it'll be a little bit more personable, a little bit more, deep and meaningful. So we'll do that once a month. Then you'll also have access to exclusive digital rewards. So different things that we'll create. I am a creative and a designer, so I'll be creating cute little things that you guys can download for free. And so you'll have access to some exclusive digital rewards. And this will be like affirmation quotes, things that you can print out, hang on your wall, different things like that, calendars. I don't know. I have so many ideas of what I can create just to give you guys some exclusive things. So that is going to be something that you'll receive as well. The next thing is you'll have the opportunity to submit show topics. And we're also going to have this segment called social media. Wow. That's a tongue twister. We're going to have this segment called Social Media Minute Meme of the Day. And then we're going to be finding funny memes, things that we send each other, like reels and shorts and memes all the time. And we just crack up. And so we definitely want to be able to share some of those things with you guys. But we also want you guys to share some with us as well. And so sometimes we'll feature them here on the show. So you'll have the opportunity to submit those. And then we also are going to have a segment where on some of the shows that we do, that you have some type of caller access. So we don't know how that's going to work quite yet, but that's definitely something that we might have as well. So that tier is called Show co-producer. So you'll actually be like producing the show with us. And so I love that. And once again, that's $4.99 per month. The last tier that we are going to have is going to be, this is an opportunity to, like, if you understand that the platform that we have and you want to introduce your product or your service or whatever business that you may have to our listeners and also our watchers, you'll have the opportunity to submit a show ad spot. And so those are going to run at only $50. I feel like that's, I like I said, I design a magazine and that's the cheapest ad spot you can get. Okay. But we definitely want to have the opportunity to not only be able to bring what we have to you guys, but also give you the opportunity to share what you have. We're all about collaborating and really empowering women entrepreneurs. So it's only right that we are going to do this at such a low rate, and you'll have the opportunity to submit a 1 minute ad read per month, or you'll be able to send us your product to show or review on air. So we're going to have a segment where we're going to talk about products and review products and share different things that we love, and or if you send to us, so you'll have the opportunity to either have us review the product on the show live, or you can submit a 1 minute ad read. And then just so you know, this is a family friendly show, so this has to be, the ad has to be family friendly, and also the product that you send, please don't send us no inappropriate products because we will not be reviewing them, and we're not giving you your $50 back. So you just wasted your time and your money. Okay. And then also one of the things that we're not going to do is have any direct sales. If we do something like that, they will have to be approved by us, because it's just, y'all, if you in direct sales, you guys know all the rules and all the regulations. So we're just are going to stay away from that. So yeah, I'm super excited to have this Patreon and also allow you guys to be a part of the show. And really, I love the show co-producer because you're going to be able to really submit so many things that you want us to talk about and converse about, or maybe get our opinions on. And so I'm excited. So that is something you will be able to get all the links in the description. Also, we'll have it on our website as well. And so, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think this is a whole different, like, this is just opening up so much because we really are just about community. Like, we want to get to know you guys. I think it's so fun for us to have conversations, but we're like, we want to know our people. And we want to use a platform that is very accessible and easy to use and it's not super noisy. So when you are on the YouTube platform, it just makes it really easy. You open your app, you go right to our channel, and boom, everything's just right there. You don't get lost, and you're not like, you know what I mean? You're just, it's not as busy. And it's just really easy. So we're very excited about the Patreon community, and we are thankful that we have the opportunity to now, hear from you guys. So, and include you. So it's going to be really cool. Show support in whatever way you want.
I know. I love it. And then also with the Patreon, you'll also, we'll have chats in there. You'll be able to comment and, talk to us, talk to each other. So I think it'll be a great little community. We're going to be also, if you're in any of our other communities, like our Facebook communities, we're closing down those groups, and we're going to be solely using the Patreon community just to be involved with us. So if you want to be with us, if you've been in any of our groups or want to continue to be in our groups, Patreon is going to be the only way that you can connect with us and be a part of what we do. So yeah, I'm super excited to do that. So we got a couple more topics before we're out of here. But the next topic we want to talk about is, now we talked about Barbie, right? We said it was impeccable marketing. Now it's another thing that's come around that's also been marketed impeccably. Like, I tell you, the Renaissance tour has been all over your feeds. I know it's been everywhere. Beyonce's been, she got the girls coming out to 2 and 3 shows. Like, she'll be in Atlanta. I know she was in Atlanta for 3 nights. Some people went every single night she was there. So she killed it. And one of the statistics that came out this week is that Beyonce's tour stimulated the economy. She $4.9 billion was brought into the economy because of the tour. Now, some people might be like, what do you mean by that? Well, obviously, this is a huge world tour. She has gone to so many different cities. When it comes to going to these different cities and putting on a show of her caliber, obviously, she is renting out stadiums. She is hiring crew, everybody to run the whole show. Her dancers, her backups. I don't know if she got backup singers, whatever she got. All the things. She had to pay Blue because she had Blue out there working. So she had to pay her daughter.
Yep.
They said, I can't remember the exact number that they said Blue actually made from that show because, she paid her. So that is, when I heard that number, 4.9 billion, I was like, I'm not mad at, some people, this is controversial because some people think Beyonce is a part of the Illuminati. People don't like her. They think she the devil. I know before the concerts really started up in the U.S., there were people out there saying, "Don't go. You not safe if you go to the Beyonce concert." They said you just gonna lose all your religion. You worshiping the devil if you go see her. She got all types of things. I don't know nothing about it. I did not go see Beyonce, not because I'm like, oh, I'm not. I think she the devil. Just work out in my schedule. So, so I don't know how you feel about Beyonce, but I think that is definitely an amazing thing to be able to pour into the economy in that way, especially in this time. Everybody needing jobs and being, needing to make more income because of inflation. Everything is high. Groceries is high. Gas is high. This is high. That's high. So to be able to pour into the economy in that way, they said that that tour is like an Olympics. Like that's how much they bring in when they do Olympics. I think they said that the Belize, when the Olympics was in Belgium or Belize, that was around the same dollar amount that it brought in. So these huge events like that really do stimulate the economy and offer up different jobs and positions and things for, just regular our American workers. So I think that is just phenomenal. And one of the things I also want to talk about is if you did, just like the Barbie movie, everything that was silver, all the bling, all the silver things, everybody was wearing their best silver boots and silver outfits for the Renaissance concert. And so one of the things I thought about the other day, and I wanted to remind you guys, is the missed opportunities when these big events are happening. So I want, me and Amber, we said this ain't gonna be businessy, but we about that business. So we gonna bring some business nuggets to you guys. But one of the things I want to talk about is that missed opportunity. If you have a business, if you have a small business, and if you did fashion, or like for me, I feel like I missed up out on it because it didn't even click to me. So everybody is buying all this outfits and jewelry and accessories and all of these things for the Beyonce tour. I'm like, why the heck did I make a Renaissance collection? Like, it didn't hit until like the concert was about, the tour is over. And it just hit me like 3 weeks ago. I'm like, dang it, I missed that opportunity to, be able to create this whole Renaissance collection. Everybody was wearing all the silver things. I had just bought some dang on silver fall silver leaf. I'm like, dang. When I used it, I was like, I could have made I had ideas after ideas, but it was a missed opportunity. So I want you guys to remember when these big events are happening, think about like, how can I create something, or how can I pivot a product or a service that I already offer to be, I'm sure makeup artists. If you were a makeup artist, you could have did all kind of fun looks and be like, hey, come get your makeup done for the Renaissance tour, because you could have been promoting different looks that you could do and different fun things. Hairstyle, I know you could have been saying, oh, let me put some silver tinsel in your hair or whatever. It's so many, I was thinking so many ways that you could have, no matter what type of business you have, you could have benefit from the Beyonce tour and just this whole hoopla and everybody going and everybody excited about it. You could have if you do fashion, if you make outfits, if you whatever, like you could have been having all your store stocked with everything silver, so many different things that you could do to really benefit from it. So I
Yeah.
want to remind you guys, when these great events are happening and when these things are worldwide, it's just trending everywhere. Like, think about, how can
Jump on
I
it.
take what's happening in the world and create something or pivot something that you already have, or just tweak something to be marketed for whatever thing is happening. And Amber's going to talk about this one, but I want to say the same thing happened with the Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah.
Her concert made $2.2 billion for the economy, which is phenomenal. And these
Yep.
two tours happened kind of back to back. You had Taylor Swift touring just before Beyonce came in, and then I just heard, now I'm gonna be thinking about, I'm like, what who going Usher going on a world tour after he do the Super Bowl. So I'm like, what can I
He
think for
is.
Usher? Yes, so he's gonna do a
Oh,
world
we need
tour.
to already be thinking about that. Oh
I
my.
know. Yeah, he's gonna do a world tour after he's gonna perform at the Super Bowl. So
And you did say that the other day. Yeah, I do
yeah,
remember you
so
saying that.
after that he's gonna do a world tour. And he's hot right now because he has a residency in Vegas, so he's been messing up everybody's lives. Keke Palmer, all the people he's been bringing up on stage with him, getting them in relationship trouble.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah, I need to be thinking about, how can I capitalize off these big events. Everybody's talking about
Yeah.
them. Everybody's going. So it's like, is there some way how you can capitalize on it? But Taylor Swift, now she got a whole nother thing happening. Now tell us about Taylor Swift, because Amber told me about this today, and I was like, I didn't hear about this one yet.
Yeah, I literally, this is what's so funny, is that it doesn't matter how much football gets talked about. Like, I think if you're like in a football house, or you have friends that love football or all the sports or whatever, I'm not against it. I just don't follow it like that. But when Alan brings up anything to me or something, or somebody else says, so I'll just kind of backtrack. My sister has been listening to a podcast with these two guys. And I think last year at the Super Bowl, two teams, I literally am not going to quote the team because I don't know the teams, but two teams, there's brothers that play on these two teams. And they both played in the Super Bowl last year, if I'm not mistaken. And the mom had a jacket that was made, and it was like half and half. So she's the mom of the two players, the two sons that play on two major football NFL teams. And so she had one for Giants, I think, and one for, I don't know the other team, guys. I'm not even going to pretend that I know sports like that. I don't. So last year, I remember hearing about this. Never looked them up. Never have seen these guys. I don't know. I'm not into football like that. I'm just not. But it got brought, which I think is very funny because what I'm about to say. And so then Angel brought up to me, Angel's my sister. She was like, "Oh my gosh, did you hear about Taylor Swift dating oh dang it, what is his name? Travis
Oh,
Casey."
it is Taylor. No.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even say Travis in my notes, by the way. I think it says tacos. That's literally why did it.
I was about to say tacos.
No, it's Travis. Why did it change it to tacos? Travis Casey. So whatever team he plays for. And so she brings it up and she's like, yeah, these are the two guys and the mom from whatever. And I listen to their podcast and it's so good. They're so funny, all this stuff. And so when she brings that up to me, and I had kind of been hearing something, just noise about it, but never really connected to the dots, then I'm like, pull them up on your phone who you listen to. So she did, and I was like, I've literally never seen his face in my life. I don't know who he is. But now I do, because it's being talked about. Taylor's dating this guy. And so my sister's also very into like watching TikTok videos. It's all her news. If you don't watch like your
First
local
of all,
news,
if anything that Angel talk, if she gonna tell you about it, she be like, oh yeah, I heard it on TikTok. I got it from TikTok. Like, she is like, she's a TikTok gazette. Like, like everything is about what she's seen on TikTok. It's so funny.
facts. Oh my, and I'm like, and that's how she starts it. Well, on TikTok today, that's so it's like you talk about your, well, on Channel 9 News today, on Kelly and Mark today. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that's how TikTok's the news. So she knows all the things, and Taylor can't go anywhere because of just who she is. I mean, just naturally, right? Of who she is as an artist, and she's famous and all the things. But she has been seen at his games, and people are like, I never saw her come in though, so her people sneak her in, and she goes in, and they
Well, you
sneak
know
her
how they
out
used to. You know how she used to come in the stadium,
like trash
in the
cans.
little in those big silver bins. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Yep.
crazy. That's probably
And
how
that's
she
how they
go
had
to.
us.
That's probably how she been going to the football games.
Exactly. And it's funny because like months ago or something, somebody, and see these TikTok people, they investigate. They were like, Taylor had some type of shirt on, and it had some type of stripe at the top of the shirt. That's all they saw. And then something was covered up with a jacket. They were like, we know what type of shirt that is. That's the XYZ football shirt. She was dating him back in this month, seeing him. They're like, their relationship has been top secret for a while. The hype and the funny part to me is that everybody like that is into NFL and watching football and all this, they know who Travis Kelce is. And I hope that is his name, but Travis Kelce, right? They know who he is. And then all the Swifties know who Taylor is. But because now Taylor's dating him, now they're like, oh, now Travis is relevant. And I'm like, wow. And vice versa. Now it's like, oh, Travis is dating Taylor. Oh, people are like, Taylor Swift. Oh, she's a big deal. Now it just very interesting how two very well-known people in their industries are now their people are becoming a thing. Like, oh, I know who this other person is.
Yeah.
But you know what, Olivia, is insane to me, which I think is so funny, but also very true, is that just like Beyonce, the Beehives, they are very much like, you mess with her, no, we turn it on you, right? And the same thing with Taylor. All of her Swifties are like, if you break up with her, if you cheat on her, one, she don't have a song about you. So A, you check that. Two, all these people are going to bash you. They are going to bash you. They are going to talk crap about you. It is the worst thing ever. So for someone to be brave enough to date Taylor is what I keep hearing now. It's like, do you know what happens to all the guys that date Taylor? Like, that's what it is. And I just am like, do y'all know how insane and funny this is? And apparently Taylor's grandmother's birthday is today, like the day we're recording, and this is the 5th of October. And Travis's birthday is also today. So they're like, the Swifties are like connecting dates together. And they're like, oh, because of this and this and this, they're meant to be together. Because of this and this, they're just meant to be
Oh my gosh.
Y'all, I cannot. But because of Taylor, I now know who Travis Kelce is. So I don't know what team he plays for. That I think it's the Giants. But I'm probably wrong. Should we Google it?
I know. Don't ask me. First of all, until I was you told me about it today, I had no clue who she was dating. It's funny because most of my friends were like, oh, you always know everything. Well, some things they slip, especially when it comes to pop culture.
Yeah.
Some things slip right by me because I'm like, because I've been in magazine world for the last week or so, I haven't really seen it. But
yeah,
that is nuts.
Well, let me tell you something else, Olivia.
I
gotta tell you one more thing about this situation. After one of the games, and this is all I'm hearing this from my sister. After TikTok, after one of the, I cannot. This is really real life, y'all. This is how we talk. After one of the games, Taylor rented out like some type of upstairs, like loft, whatever. Y'all can correct me in the comments. Upstairs, like restaurant, something another. And so she called. Somebody called and was like, Taylor's paying for everybody's food, everybody's drinks. They have to be out at this hour. So she basically kicked everybody out of the restaurant, covered all of their tabs, everything. And they had to go around the restaurant to like the tables or whatever and be like, Taylor Swift has just rented the place. She's covering all your meal or whatever, but y'all got to get out. Can you imagine being at a restaurant?
This not even planned. This is like on the whim, like, oh, y'all got to go. So
so she hosted. Get out. And I think it was in Atlanta. Y'all, I really might be botching up this story, but I know that she basically was like, I'm using this restaurant to get people out because we're coming in. So she basically brought the whole football team was invited. She covered everybody's tab. And then her and Travis were there together, obviously. But the whole team and everybody was invited after the game, and she covered everybody's tabs,
Well,
plus the
first of
people that
all,
got kicked out.
we all know that Taylor got it, because if she paid out $2.2 billion to the economy, like paying people to do their jobs, who knows what she profited? Okay.
Yeah,
So she got it.
Like, this is not a big deal. Please leave. Please. This is like, I always think like that status, like when we think, oh, we went to a fancy restaurant and we paid like $200 or something to eat, whatever. Mm-hmm. Then I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's so steep, you know? But to her, it was probably like 50,000 or something, 100,000. She'd be like, that's like $100 to me.
She probably like, that was a drop in the bucket.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? But what a dream. I honestly, this is how big my imagination is. And I was like, that would be so dope to be able to be like, I want to go eat here tonight, but I don't want anybody. I don't want anybody to be here.
So. First of all, Taylor's personality is really your personality already. So I can definitely see you having your assistant be like, hey, can you call Mr. Childs and tell them to clear the place because I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'll pay for everything. Whatever the tab is, I got it. Just please get them out. Yeah.
Get them out of there. Clear this restaurant.
Yeah, it's so funny. I said that Al and I went to Gatlinburg. If y'all have not heard of Gatlinburg, it's in Tennessee. And it's a busy, like little like touristy area, like on the street, and you can walk and stuff to some of the shops. And it's really cool, but it's very congested and busy, of course. But we were leaving, and Al and I always have a thought. We're like, oh, this would kind of be fun to like go downtown. Let's go walk and let's go eat. By the time we're down there an hour, we're ready to go. We're like, why are we even here? Why are we? Let's go back home. Let's go watch a movie. Let's go back home. And I'm like, if I came back, I literally said this to him. I'm like, if we came back though, who would I need to call to make sure like maybe an hour or two, they could shut down the road and we could like hang out with the kids and do fun stuff. Who do I need to make a call to figure out how much that cost? I could never do it, but like who could do it? Could I though? I don't know.
Yeah.
I would be dangerous. I would be dangerous.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't want to meet nobody. I'll just bring all my friends. Let's have fun, guys.
Yep. For sure. For sure.
Oh my gosh, this was so much fun. I love this conversation. Are you glad we finally just did it? We literally pulled the plug and we just did it, guys.
Yeah. We literally been talking about this for about 4 months, maybe 4 or 5 months. Mm-hmm. I feel like it. And it's just like been one of those things. It was the summertime, so it was just like thing after thing happening. We're like, oh, we're going to start back. We actually had it on the calendar like, I think in August or September. I don't know. We were like, oh, we're starting on this day. And then just didn't happen. So even though today we're like, I have a vision for how I want the show to flow and the production, but I was like, you know what? We're just gonna start this week. We'll start to incorporate things as we go, and let's just, done beats perfection any day. So if you are contemplating, thinking about doing whatever you're trying to do, just do it. It doesn't have to be all the bells and whistles when you start. As long as you grow and evolve, everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. We would love to incorporate reading reviews. So you can listen to this podcast and watch this episode actually on YouTube as well, but listen to it anywhere that you stream a podcast. So go check that out. Leave us a 5-star review, you guys, because when you do leave us a great review, even if it's like, hey, great show, whatever it is, just leave us that. We would love to know if you're a first-time listener, how long you've been following us, or maybe you're new here. We want to know that. We would love to read that on air for you guys. So please leave that for us. Make sure you comment on this also and like the video, because that definitely pushes it out to more people that are interested in this type of content. As much as we market and as much as we do all the SEO behind the scenes, it really comes back to you guys as the audience. So we really are very, very appreciative, because we couldn't do it without you. And we can't wait to see you in the Patreon and actually get to know you as a person. That's going to be really amazing as well.
Yes, I'm so super stoked about the Patreon and just building this community. We've done, YouTube shows, we have our own channels, And by the way, can I say my channel hit 7K this week? That should have been a great, but I low key forgot.
Yeah, you
So, and
did, and I did too.
I'm gonna add a little ending great to the situation and say I hit 7K this week. On the 5th, the 4th, or the 3rd, something like that, whatever day it is. And so that was like, I knew it was coming up, but like when you get it, and I feel like when I hit 7K, you know, I'm on TubeBuddy. I have TubeBuddy. We have vidIQ, and one of those, I think it was vidIQ, sent me email, and it had like, you made 7K or whatever, and I was like, that's how I actually really found out. Even though knew I was getting close to it, but when I got the email that said you hit 7K, I was like, oh my gosh, I hit 7K.
That is
Crazy.
huge.
So that's huge. I'm like, I'm almost at 10K. I'm so close. Yeah. So I'm super excited to have that milestone. And so if you don't know, Amber has 2 channels. She really got 3 channels because her kids got a channel as well. Actually, she really got 4 channels because our channel together. Amber got 4 channels. I got 3 channels. And so yeah, so we're super excited to be on YouTube and, you know, everywhere else you listen to, you know, the show, because it's going to be everywhere. So definitely we're super excited to be able to come and share this platform with you and have you be a part of our Patreon. So make sure you sign up. It's pennies on the dollar. It's $1. Come on now, $1 for the one tier. And if you really want to be involved and show your support, you can be a co-producer and invest the $4.99 per month. And then if you want to work with us a little bit deeper, like we said, we have the $50 tier. The good thing about the $50 tier is that you can bump your subscription up to that. So if you want to advertise with us, but then you don't want to have it, then you can bump it back down. So with Patreon, you kind of move up and down, just depending on. So whenever you move up, then we'll reach out, you know, talk to you about whatever we need. You know, we'll have all the things in place for you to do your ad spot for the $50. And if you stay in that tier, then you'll continue to be able to place your ad on our shows. So, one thing that we forgot to tell you is that this show is going to be a bi-weekly show. So we're not going to be with you every single week, but we'll be with you every other week. And this show, you know, as you can see, it's going to be right around an hour or so, a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on our topics. And then, like I said, if you want to watch this full replay, you will definitely have to be a part of the Patreon. We're going to leave this one up on our channel for a little while, but then we're also going to, you know, as the show progresses, then we're only going to have like clippets up. So if you want to see the whole full show, you'll definitely want to join our Patreon, because then you can see everything. Okay?
Yes, for sure. Well, that was so fun, and we will see you next time. We're really excited, you guys. Thank you for being here. And because it's bi-weekly, on the other weeks, catch our other shows, Olivia Hayward's YouTube channel, Amber Likens, and then you can find all that in the description. So we'll check you out next time. See you guys. Okay, now truly, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, share this with a bestie, a neighbor, your mail carrier, whomever, and give us a 5-star rating and a review. We would love to read it on air. That would be so fun, and we cannot wait to see you on the inside. Head to our website, createcontentacademy.com, and right now we have some bloopers, which we love to add in, so let's check those out now. I just hit record. It doesn't matter. It's just I can edit this out.
Okay. So
I just think naturally.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just be like. Yeah, it's been a while. Sorry we kept y'all behind.
Girl, you was about to be talking to yourself because my phone. I forgot I had unplugged my phone. Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, I think be like, oh my God, where have y'all been? Because we've been FaceTiming every day. We're sorry we left you out of the conversation.
Okay, you'll say that. Okay. All right.
Something, yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's start out smiling.
Okay.
Okay.